What a morning, my goodness. So maybe today's practice is going to be about what you can do when you feel stressed, already coming out of bed. I can't imagine that I'm the only one that lays in bed, wakes up and goes, "Woo," when the mind turns on. And we need to do something to release our stress. So um, we're going to do today some release techniques. Today it's gray, but the sun is behind the clouds. So we can greet the sun behind the clouds. Look for the good behind all the chaos, which is part of our yoga practice. Part of today's practice will include these humongous headphones because my little earphones have fallen out of a paper bag on the ground, and I lost one and now I can't connect to them anymore. Chaos continues. Anyway, so I'll be using these large white headphones to hopefully have you hear me better. Okay, so prepare yourself and I'll see you in a moment. So let's start standing. Which is often a beautiful way to start, just have your feet as wide as your sit bones, the heels behind your second and third toe. Roll your shoulders up and open and just let the head come into the pelvis come into the feet. And I'd like you to just gently move forward to the balls of the feet, feel the toes squish. Come back to center and then move towards the heels really slightly. Forward and back until you really find that spot where the pelvis is over the arches of your feet. And then find that spot. You can go right and left. Noticing that as you move into each foot, you get a heavier foot. It's moving the weight from right to left until you find an evenness between left and right foot. When you find that spot coming to the center of the center, just pause. Softly closing the eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Let the bones of your arms be heavy, that you don't hold your shoulders up, that you just let them stay open but relax down with slightly heavy wrists. And then lightly bend your knees. As you bend your knees, imagine you're not tucking the butt under, but you're releasing the pelvis. And the sit bones are still pointing to the ground. And we're just going to start a light little bounce, keeping awareness of the feet. Now we want to imagine that we are covered in drops of water. The lower belly will lift. And if you want to give it a little rub, this is oftentimes nice to make contact with the body. There's a little lift here. So the pelvis is not going forward and back, but we are bouncing up and down. And the result is that we let the shoulder bones, the arm bones shake out of the shoulders, but also any stress that might be in the lower back, holding. And we're going to close the mouth and do little exhales through the nose, a sort of panting exhale, or through the mouth, maybe 10 times, and then take a slow, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. And let the shaking get a little bit more deep. As you can see, even the vines are shaking here. You will start to feel your thigh muscles. But try to relax the tailbone so that you get a little tiny release through the lower back. It's deep inside the pelvis that is keeping the lift. Maybe your head bobs a little bit up and down and results to the pelvis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. I like to burr my lips. Last one. Good. And slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down till you're here with bent knees. Lean the butt back, reach the arms forward, feel the belly lift. Take a big stretch, head is between your arms, and come back up, opening the hand palms. Move the arms and the hands and the shoulders behind you till you feel the backs of your arms turn on. Lift your chest and face and exhale again, slowly sitting back, reaching your buttocks behind you. Head goes between the arms, belly lifts, coming back up as if you're surrendering to what is. Lift your head, lift your chest, move your arms behind you one more time because all good things come in threes. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Lifting up, up, up. Pulling the arms back, activating the triceps, and pause. Bring your arms around to the front into a prayer position in front of you. Let's dedicate this practice today. We may not always know what the master plan is, so we can just send our wishes to the universe and hope that the universe has our back, which it normally does. Exhale all the air. Taking 3 ohms. Breathe in deep. Release your arms down by your sides. Spin your arms open. Inhale, stretch down through the feet, up to the arms, and back to prayer position. Exhale, bend your knees. Stick the bum out, leaning forward, and bring your fingertips to the floor. Pausing here and shaking, nodding the head, yes. Let the lower belly lift. Let out some nice, good
exhales, followed by some beautiful full inhales. And then move your head sort of tilting sideways, but upside down. So you're actively moving the ear closer to the shoulder and back, swinging it sort of sideways. And then any movement that feels good for you here. Again, keeping track of the feet. Bend the knees again, this time rolling up. Lower belly draws in. Tailbone reaches down towards the heels. Rolling up bone for bone for bone for bone. Opening the shoulders. Balancing the head. Step your feet nice and wide. You don't have to be on the mat, but if you want to, you can step nice and wide. We're going to lean from side to side, going through bent knees and twists like we've been doing, holding the belly so that we actually twist, not in the hips and knees. The hips will twist a bit, but we're going to try to twist around the body. Again, what I explained in another class, this arm clapping around the outside of the upper arm. Also, acupressure, shiatsu, then it releases some energy. I think it's called the 3 warmer. So really go ahead and blow or press out with slightly closed throat. Letting the head be the last thing to follow. If you want to, you can lower your arms and have them wrap around your waist and see if that gets into a little bit of a lower part of the back. 10, 9, softly close the eyes. You'll need them a little bit for balance, but soften the eyes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and start to slow it down. Coming to center. Roll the upper arms open. Stand in there. A gesture of surrender and openness. Draw the shoulder blades on the back, lift the belly, reach the arms sideways and up to the ceiling. Inhale deeply. Open the arms, exhale, bring the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers behind your back. Roll the upper arms up and back, lift the belly. Keep the tailbone rooting down as you arch the upper body. And then bending from the tops of the thighs. Check your toes are not pointing out, but forward or in. Just go for an easy stretch. If you need to lightly bend the knees, let this be more about the upper body, if possible. Lower belly is supporting the back. Come back up. Long spine, long spine. Extend the head out. Lift yourself up. Strong legs, tailbone roots to the heels. Release your arms out to the side, up to the ceiling. Breathe in deep and hands come to prayer position. Exhale. Good. Turn your heels in and your toes out. Place your hands on your belly and your waist, and maybe if you want to, around with the thumbs in the back. And open both knees. Little pulses here. Finding some strength in the legs that carry you. And just make sure as you open the knees that your toes are in a position where when the knees open, their knees are trying to come to the center of your feet. Now, as you bend, check that your shoulders are not climbing up and down with the bending. Concentrate the energy from the navel down. And see if you can continue to rotate the legs. So you want to start to feel muscles along the outsides and the back. Heels are strong. And then come to a slow pause. Lift the right heel, lower. Breathe, left heel and lower. Good, slide your hands out. Slide the hands down all the way to the ankles. Press your feet with your hands, press your wrists into the floor. Widen the knees with your elbows, pressing the elbows into your shins, and just gently move millimeters from right to left. You should feel slightly exhausted in your legs. Fingertips come to the ground. Turn the toes forward again. And take a little bit of a deeper stretch here, bending forward. Slowly lengthening the body out onto the fingertips, hands to the waist. Slowly come up to standing. And close your feet together. Rub your hands together. Nice and strong. Make it a little bit faster than you normally would without your shoulders hiking up to your ears. Faster, faster. And yes, not your favorite hand. I don't know about you guys, but my left hand always feels a little bit like coming from another planet. It doesn't always want to do the same thing. Good. And shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, shake all the water, all the unnecessary energy in your body out of your hands. And then shake the shoulders, shake the buttocks, shake everything. I'm gonna keep this up for 15 more seconds. Don't, please let me be the only one doing this. Go for it. Especially if you're going on vacation tomorrow. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, feeling all that fantastic vibration. You may notice that it actually comes in the places where it was needed the most. Good, coming down on our knees very gently, rocking forward, tucking the toes under, getting a little toe stretch here. So I'm just turning from the side so you can see me. So the idea is not to just torture your toes, but to try to go back towards the balls of the feet. You might want to try to arrange that 1 or 2 toes that somehow like to twist. Starting here on fingertips, push back. Knees are on the ground and feel the stretch. Hugging the ankles in a little bit in case you have a tendency to fall out to the little toes. Breathe in deep. Exhale. Maybe there's a little bit more room. We can come up with hands on the thighs. Breathe in deep. Exhale. Now, if this is easy for you, then just be like, I'm such a lucky person, right? Some people find this extremely challenging. Breathe in. Exhale. 2 more of these. Breathe in. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale. Coming forward. Release the feet. I have to walk my knees back. Just take a little Baby push-up, lift the belly and circle your ankles, circle the ankles. And as you do that, squeeze and spread your toes. Now, take the power in the lower belly. Really try to anchor the tailbone into the backs of the knees and breathe through the upper back, looking a little bit more forward with your head. Yes. Good. Just 3 baby push-ups, keeping your belly, if you can, off the floor. Waking up those arms and the core. Child's pose. Allow the hips to go to the heels, nice and gentle, rounding, rounding. When swaying your hips, if that feels good for you. Coming up to vertical again, I'm going to turn and face you. See if you can sit on the tops, the vref of your feet, sides of the big toes touch. If on your knees is not good for you, then that's okay. Widen your knees, nice and wide. Lion's roar 5 times. And I'm going to tell you something about the lion's roar because it's also, wow, it's really hip now, face yoga, but there's a connection from your jaw to your hips. So when you, I guess I will come a little bit closer to you. When you open your mouth, you really want to open it as wide as possible. And not only that, you want to pull the tongue out as far as possible because it releases some pulled in energy in your throat. Then you pull the shoulders down, spread the fingers wide, and push your chest forward like you're trying to scare somebody, scare all your demons away. And the hands will be on the heels. That's the full real lion's roar. And in addition to that, we want to widen the eyes. So it's really, truly face yoga. So now if you're afraid of sticking your tongue out, if you're by yourself now, it should be really easy. And you can also put in front of you some issues that you would really like to scare away. People or whatever, if you want to express yourself 5 times. So you ready? If you would want to, you could sit in a cross-legged position if being on your knees doesn't work for you, right? And the hands are on your knees, yeah? Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Exhale. Close your eyes, soften your face, sit where you feel comfortable, and feel the result of the energy now in your face and your throat. Take your right thumb up to your right nostril. Close off your right nostril. The other 2 fingers touch your forehead. And the other 2 fingers curl. I'm going to try to just gently use the ring finger on the left nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Hold the breath. Close the left nostril, release the thumb, and exhale. See if you can keep the skin contact on both nostrils. Inhale to the right. Hold the breath. Close the right, release the left, and exhale. Face and tongue are totally relaxed. Inhale slowly through the left. Hold. Exhale through the right. On your own. Notice that the right shoulder stays back in its place. Really put all your beautiful attention as if you're making music. You really give all your focus 100% to the quality of the inhale and the exhale. We're going to do this last two without the hand. So you're going to, with a hand resting on your knee, breathe in and out just with your awareness. That you try to send most of the breath through that nostril you're focusing on and out the other. Last one. Coming to an easy cross-legged position if you're not already there. Hands on your knees. Now we're going to tuck the tailbone under. Pull the chin tightly into the throat. Round, round, round. Hanging on your knees. Use your belly muscles to round the body. And then start to make a slow, big circle. See if you can keep most of both sit bones on the mat. Awakening the inner organs. Yes, the back muscles, but also here, working on the dharm, kidneys, the liver, pancreas, really using the muscle strength to squeeze, release, and deep breathing. Using the hands on the knees is sort of leverage to help you create a little bit more movement. Choose a tempo that feels good for you. As you go forward with the chest, you're squeezing the kidneys in the back. You roll the shoulders back as well. So the shoulders go forward and back as we go around. Right? Close your eyes now and feel like you are inside of your own little genie jar and rolling your body around the outer, the glass, really allowing As much movement as possible. Eyes closed can really help us connect to some of the things we normally cannot see. When you're ready, or if you want to reverse the circling, starting slowly if you need to, and then building up to a more appropriate speed. Always listening. Deep, 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 deep breathing. When we get stressed, we oftentimes are pushing forward and squeezing those kidneys. And now we're really releasing and stretching that back body too. If you're ready for it, come into a forward fold. Yeah. Moving the body in between your knees and just releasing the head to the floor. Taking 3 deep breaths when you get there. Feeling now the stretch in your hips. Rolling up, coming up. And now we're going to open up the side of the body. This is my right side. I'm twisting to my right side with my left hand on my right knee. And this hand is going to be really important here. Lengthen through the top of your head. Twist through the belly. Hopefully now, after all we've done, you feel this beautiful possibility to take this twist. Draw the belly in and up. Back arm reaches up and inside of your arm touches your right side of your face. Lean your left shoulder towards your left knee and go as far as you can, hanging off of your right knee. Feeling deep breathing here and noticing what's going to happen on that exhale. Some of you might actually be able to lay down and let that left shoulder touch the thigh. If it doesn't, don't worry. You should be feeling a deep stretch across the right back, a squeezing in the left side. Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. 2 more. Make sure the arm doesn't hang down like a claw, but it is stretching and extending from the right hip out through the fingers. You can wiggle your fingers to make sure they're still alive, and then come up. Just come up. Sometimes we add to this, but we're just going to come back to center. Hands rest. Notice any tingling you feel on the right side. If your jaw got tight, a little lion's roar will help out. Inhale deep, exhale to the other side. Right hand on left knee, lower belly draws up. Even in the back, we try to separate the shoulder blades. Left arm comes up towards left cheek, if possible. And the energy goes through the hands, really using this claw on the left knee. Right shoulder. Use your belly here. We don't want to draw the belly in at the end. We want to keep it in so we don't displace any inner organs. Breathing up through the back. Breathe, breathe, breathe. There's a squeezing on the right side and a stretching on the left side. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Left shoulder reaches away from the ear. Just like in water, as you take your inhale, you may rise up a bit. And the exhale should take you down. If you feel it in your neck, try leaning your head back behind you just a little bit. One more deep breath. Slowly coming up, breathing. Coming around to the center and feeling. Good. Stretch your legs out in front of you and beat your legs on the ground. Letting the thighs know they can go as far back as possible. Beat, 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 beat. Take your hands, relax your legs, and with these, we call them flower fauster, so it's not like a fist, but you're just curling the hands in. So you want to use the, what is that, the second digit, and you're going to beat your hips down. We're not going to knock on any bones to the shins. And on the insides, letting the legs roll open, avoiding the knees. Little kloppen across the thighs, down through the sides of the shins, rolling the legs open inside and up. You might want to get the butt if you want to before you start again. Now, opening the legs in and up. Good. But. Only you have permission to do this, by the way. But on your own tempo. Like also the tops of my thighs. One more round. Nice, good. So just for this lower belly, bring your hands in front of you and take a walk forward with your right hip and your left, and your right and your left, and your right and your left. Sleepwalking, I guess, and your right and your left. If this is okay, bring your hands behind your head and your elbows forward. Now walk backwards. Really feeling some of these inner organs working. Once again, forward. Allowing, it's actually creating this little gentle massage through the belly and moving back with the hands in front or behind your head, making it a little bit more challenging. And see if you could take big steps with the sit bones. And back. Good, coming into center, moving the flesh out from underneath you. Take a little stroking down and just a gentle forward fold, reaching towards the feet. If you can, put your hand palms on the balls of your feet in a soft way. If you can't, then you just see if you can touch the toes. You want to wrap your fingers around the toes. If that's not possible, then you just place your hands as close to your ankles as possible. However, if it's possible to get hand palm and ball of foot This is also a connection of the secondary chakras. Taking some deep breaths. Lower belly draws in. And just like I said earlier, when you inhale and exhale, the inhale is almost like how it is in the water. You float up a little bit. And the exhale takes you down. Softening the hands and feet to feel each other. Maybe you can listen for a heartbeat or pulse in your hands and feet. One more breath. Coming up. Walk your feet in. Slide those hands. So now we have the hands and feet connected to the earth. Open, ready for contact. Checking that the hands are not too close together. That as you look over and down in front of your shoulder, you should see almost all the fingers. Maybe you don't see the thumb. And check on the other side. Then we're being responsible with our wrists. Elbows are bent. Tailbone tucks under, belly draws in, pressing hands and feet exactly at the same time. Head goes back. Draw the hips down. Bend the elbows, chin to chest. Maybe the lower back almost touches. And inhale, lift up. Head goes back. And exhale, come down. Staucha touches. Bend the elbows and maybe the lower back comes to the ground and press up. Really use the backs of the legs. Exhale. Try to take the whole exhale. Inhale. Straighten those elbows. Exhale one more time. And stay for 3 breaths. Really press the feet down so you feel the backs of the legs activate. Coming down. Reach the hands in front of you and hands on the knees if you need to, rolling down, bone for bone. Maybe hands come behind the thighs, all the way down, flex your feet, stretch the legs out, reach the arms, reach, right knee comes into your chest. Now left thigh is trying to connect to the floor. Lower belly draws in and up. Stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling, grabbing behind your thigh. Push your knee away from you until it is over top of your sit bone. Energy. Connect to the whole leg. Pull your shoulders down so you actually, with the help of the leg, you could stretch your arms. Breathe. The whole leg, the arms, back of the pelvis is strong. Breathe deeply. And maybe a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. Find the spot where you feel the back of your right pelvis is moving down into the floor. Take this leg out to the side with the knee bent if you want to, or if there's natural flexibility there and you want to make stiff fingers and stretch the leg, that's fine. Walk the left knee in, cross the right ankle over the left knee and keep those hips even as you open the right knee door, left knee to the chest. Flexing the right ankle, especially if we want to keep protecting the right knee. Hands go through the hole. Let the lower back spill out onto the floor. Breathe. Head up if you want to activate your core. Shoulders stay back, but the ribs really draw down. Breathing, the lower back spreads wide into the ground. If you had brought your head up, put your head back down. Four breaths here. Again, as we breathe, Iyengar always talked about pranayama as a musical instrument. Your body is the instrument, and the artistry at which you focus and guide the breath is actually what makes music out of the quality of your breathing. So really focus on this inhale and exhale. Release your foot to the floor. And take your right leg, bang your ankle against the inside of your left knee, open your arms, and take this position here. Left knee is bent with the foot on the floor, and the right foot is against. And all you're gonna do is make your legs go to the left in this position. Allowing the knees to fall down. And if there's room, without forcing, let your right ear relax down to the right side of your body. One more breath. Coming back, leading with the navel. The navel draws you back. Stretch your legs out, arms over the head, flex your feet, reach, reach, reach. Lower back lifts off of the floor. And let's take that whole thing on the left side. Left knee comes to your chest. Feel the stretch. Be on your Heiligbein. Draw the navel up. For most of us, there will still be we want a little curve in the lower back if we eventually can. Pressing the right thigh down into the ground. Breathe. Hands behind the thigh. Lift your leg up to the ceiling and push your leg. Push your whole thigh till the knee, the heel are above your sit bone. So that's further back than you might think. And by doing that, you hold on tight with your hands, and it may actually stretch your shoulders, in addition to activating and allowing you to lengthen the foot higher. And belly still draws in and up towards the rib cage. Right thigh is really rooting down into the ground. And taking the leg out to the left. Now, if you'd like to bend the knee and take it out, so you feel the stretch in your groin, that's fine. You could create stiff fingers and extend the leg, just depending on which feels good for you. And we're extending the energy out the knee. Breathe. Coming back into this eye of the needle, hip opener. Left ankle over right bent knee. Hips are even. Bring the leg up. Hands come through the hole and grabbing the right shin. Head can come up, spilling out the lower back. Deep breathing here. I need to rock a little bit from side to side on this side because my left lower back is a little bit tight, and that rocking kind of helps release the tension in the lower left side. Maybe you like that as well. Again, flexing the foot helps the knee stay stable. If you found your core, keep your legs where they are. Come back with head and shoulders. Pull the armpits to the floor and breathe. And again, checking. Maybe taking that right knee a little bit to the left or right to find that sweet spot in your hip. Good, releasing. The right foot touches the floor, left knee goes parallel, and then connect your ankle bone to the inside of the right knee bone. Open the arms, hand palms open, and fall to the right. Lower belly draws in. Allow this left knee, if possible, to collapse all the way down towards the floor by letting it go. Letting the hips relax, and maybe the left eyes can turn to the left. One more breath. The navel guides you back to center. Open both knees now, right and left. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Place your hands on your belly. Make sure there's a very gentle curve in your lower back, that you're beautifully on your high-left bang, your sacrum. And there's a gentle lift inside of your mula bandha back and bottom muscles. Letting the knees get heavy. Breathing deeply. Close the knees using your core and bring the legs up to the ceiling. Roll your head and shoulders up and off. Now see if your body's okay with this. You could just rock up and down a few times, or you could take a tiny little plow pose, which will bring the blood into your head. Toss up and over. Walk the shoulders behind you, maybe interlace the fingers, and get yourself to stand on your tricep muscles. You should be able to rock the head easily with the neck off of the floor. If this is too much for you, you could turn and put your legs up the cabinets, legs up the wall. Just taking 8 deep breaths. You could also rock up and back a few times. Just feeling what's possible for you. Choose what works for you. Halasana, we do want to press the upper back of the head into the mat to help keep the curve in the back. Going upside down like this helps calm the nervous system. When you're ready, take one more breath and slowly come down to Shavasana. As you come down, squeezing the legs together, activating enough so you come down with control. Flap the legs open. Give yourself a little shake from side to side. And if it did stretch a bit too much, you could take a gentle twist just to take away some of that overstretching if that was too much for your back. You have to listen to your body. And then come into Shavasana. Manipulate your shoulder blades flat on the back. Stretch your side body long. I love to burn my lips. It really vibrates my whole face and it helps me relax my brain. You want to try it with me? Sighing can do the same thing. We did a good job. We can sit quietly in the body and the brain. Slowly take a deep breath in. Slowly, slowly. Feel what it is to be full, full of life, full of breath, and then gently let it go. And feel what it is to be empty, heavy, relaxed. One more time, deep breath in. A simple act of filling the lungs to the maximum capacity. And then letting the air go, not holding on to life, but just letting it pass through you in an exhale. And noticing what empty feels like. Start to move fingers and toes, breathing in again. And exhaling into a stretch, whatever stretch feels good to you. Maybe even yawning. Walk your feet in, your knees in, perhaps all the way to hugging the knees. Listen to your back. Take a few breaths here. Roll to the side. Gently come up to sitting. Place your hands on you wherever it feels good for you. Bow your head to your temple, your heart. Thank yourself. And thank anything in your life today that you could be grateful for, no matter how big or small. Choose the first thing that comes to you. Name it, thank it, and let this beautiful high vibration of gratitude come into your breath. Finish with one Om. Deep breath in. Namaste. Bowing down.